Yeah, welcome once again, students. Happy to have you always with me to run through these topics in economics, to bring to your knowledge and understanding and how you can be applied in normal day life. Thank you for being with me. I appreciate your presence all the time. Please listen carefully. Always make sure that you have your writing materials with you so that you can put down what you're going to be learning from this video. Thank you very much. Today we'll be looking at determinants of equilibrium price and quantity. How do you determine equilibrium price and quantity? All right? What are the things that determines it, and how do you go about, realizing that this is equilibrium price and this is equilibrium quantity? So let's go ahead. Okay. So in this lesson, we'll do the following. We'll explain price system, and we'll explain the determining of equilibrium price and quantity, and then solve some simple applications on price and quantity in equilibrium. So these are the three areas of focus for this lesson. In the previous lesson, we talked about price legislation. I want to rephrase it now. What is price legislation? It is the act of government to control or regulate prices of the markets to be able to make it stable or affordable for the general public. Any act of government or its agencies to regulate or fix price of essential products is called what? Price legislation. And as you can see here, these are the objectives: to prevent exploitation of the consumers, to control or prevent inflation, to help low-income earners to stabilize their income, all right, to be able to even afford life as well, then to control monopolistic practices of the producers, to prevent price fluctuations actually for agricultural produce, then to stabilize income for some producers, e.g. the farmers, and for economic development. These are the objective of price legislation. Now, what is equilibrium price? What is equilibrium price? Equilibrium price can be defined as that price at which quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied of a commodity. That same quantity that is demanded will also be what? Supplied at a particular price, which is called equilibrium price. Okay? This point of equilibrium in the market can be said to be where the demand curve meets the supply curve, right? It's also called what? The equilibrium position or the equilibrium point. At this point of equilibrium, both the producer or seller and the consumer or buyer can be satisfied or are satisfied, and there will be no reason or pressure on price to change. Right? There will be no reason or pressure on price or to change. At this point, we call it a point of rest, a point of stability, right, in the market activities. And that is where we call a perfect market. There is no failure in the market, all right? At this point, there's no market failure, where the price is agreed by the producer and consumers alike, and they sell and buy at a particular price and quantity. There's a market efficiency there, and there's no market failure there. All right? So take note of these assertions I just made now. At equilibrium, it's a point of rest where there's no tendency for price to change. And at that point, quantity demanded is the same thing as what? Quantity supplied. If the quantity demanded is 40, the supplied quantity will also be what? Be 40 at a particular price. Okay? That is what the equilibrium quantity and price represents. Now let's look at this table here. See that this table will have the price for quantity demanded and what? Supplied. All right? At different prices, you have different quantities demanded and supplied. Even the law of demand is registered here. Can you see it? At price 25, 20 was demanded for, while 100 was supplied for. That means the price is at the highest level that demand can afford to get. When the price dropped to 20 naira, 40 was demanded for, while 80 was supplied. You can see as the price is dropping, supply is dropping, while demand is rising. At 15 naira, 60 was demanded for and 60 was supplied. Then at 10 naira, 80 was demanded for, 40 was supplied. At 5 naira, 100 was demanded for, while 20 was supplied. Wow. Now you can see that there's a point in this table where demand and supply have come to agree at a particular price. And that price is what? 15 naira. At 15 naira, buyers and sellers were in complete agreement to buy and sell the same amount of quantity, the same quantity. So 60 was demanded for and 60 was what? Supplied. That is where we have a point of equilibrium in the market, a point of rest, a point of stability. All right? That's where we have equilibrium position in the market, where at 15 naira, 60 was demanded for and 60 was supplied. Okay. If you see it here in this graph, you can see that the graph has been drawn. You see the vertical axis, which is your y-axis, is a price line. All right, where your horizontal axis or x-axis is a quantity line or axis. When you plot your graph properly, you see that the point where demand curve intersects with supply curve, that's where we have our equilibrium position, all right, or point. It's equally written there, equilibrium price. The other diagrams will be used to explain something later for you when we talk about price legislation, right, or price determination, you know. So yes, at this point, we'll look at the graph, all right. In this graph, you can see there's something else there. You see an arrow above the equilibrium point. It's saying excess or surplus supply, all right. Below it, you see what? Excess demand or shortage. That is the effect of price control. Remember I told you that what? The minimum price is set above the equilibrium price. That 20 you see there is an act of government price control or legislation to fix the price, the market price at 20 naira above the equilibrium price. Now in this case, suppliers will be happy to supply more. This will actually increase what? Quantity supplied, all right? While when the price was set below the equilibrium price, demand increased. Quantity demanded what? Increased. And you have what? Shortage, because supply will not want to supply at that reduced price. Because the lower the price, the lower the quantity supply. At that point, only what? Only 40 was supplied, whereby 80 was demanded for. Okay? Whereby also, at 20 naira, about 20 was demanded and what? 80 was what? Supplied for. That's exactly what we're saying. So the higher the price, the higher the supply, and the lower the what? The demand. So when we get back, we'll look at it. That's actually what control or price control is trying to show us in this same graph of equilibrium. So I just want to show you so that you see and we know what we're saying. Now let's go to some illustration to express what we have just learned now. Okay, we'll start with our demand function to understand more before we go into the equilibrium calculation. Now you see here we are given that quantity demanded per period of time is a function of price, and that of the relationship in is expressed there. Okay, price and quantity demanded relationship is expressed in the function. Now we have something there. You can see Q is equal to 60 minus 1 over 3P. Okay, 1 over 3P, where Q is quantity demanded and P is what? Price of the commodity as well. Okay, so what do we do here? It says find the quantity demanded when price is 30 naira, 210 naira, and 0 naira. Wow. We have to determine QD. There must be quantity demanded at these various prices. So let's see what we have. Fine. We are looking for what? We are looking for quantity demanded. We find Q, we find, okay, we first of all look for price, okay? We look for price, sorry, we'll find QD, all right, when price is 330 naira and so. So find Q when P is equals to 30 naira, 210 naira, and 0 naira. 210 naira, 0 naira. From the what you have in your slide there, in the illustration 1 there, our function says what? QD is equals to 60 minus 1 over 3P. I would like to advise you to avoid stressing yourself too much with this. What would you do? Every fraction you see, convert it to decimal for quick and easy calculation. All right? Convert the 1 over 3 fraction to decimal instantly. So you divide 1 by 3 to get your decimal. All right? So if you divide 1 by 3, what would you have? If you divide 1 by 3, you will have, divide 1 by 3, so that I will use my calculator. 1 divided by 3 will give us 0.33333. We take the first two, all right? So our equation will now be what? QD is equals to 60 minus 0.33P. Okay? So we are going to find QD when price is 30 naira. So what do we do? For I, we say it's equals to what? For I, we say QD is equals to 60 minus 0.33 bracket what? 30. Okay? What will be your answer if you do that? We will say this times 30. 0.33 times 30. You have what? QD equals to minus 6.6. Right? Minus 9.9, sorry. Minus 9.9. 9.9. All right? This will give you what? 60 minus 9.9. 60 minus 9.9 will give you 50.1. 50.1. All right? So that's your first quantity. Approximately what? 50. All right? Approximately what? 50 units. Okay? So have what? 50 units. Okay? That's how much was demanded when price was what? 30 naira. What of when price become 210 naira? We say it is equals to what? 60 minus 0.33 bracket 210. What will it give us? We'll have 60 minus 0. Okay, it will give us minus 0.33 multiplied by 210 will give us 69.3. So we'll have 69.3. 69.3. 69.3. 3. Okay? So QD what? QD what will be, all right, minus 9.3, right? Minus 9.3. In this case, demand for the product will be equal to, in fact, people will stop buying, right? Because there's no minus in the quantity demanded, right? You can't have minus in quantity demanded. That means at this point, you have what? You have zero demand, of course. You don't have, people will stop buying the product because it becomes too expensive for them to what? To be able to afford, all right? So that's what it means. In this, people will no longer buy the product, all right? The demand will what? Or the product will stop selling in the market. People will go for alternative to it and start buying. Also, what if when QD becomes 0, we have 60 minus 0.33 bracket 0. So what we have is what? This times 0 will be what? 0. So we have 60 minus 0 will be what? 60 minus 0 will give you what? 60. Of course, it means that QD will be what? 60. So whatever it is, when the price is 0, people will want more of it. We don't have to pay a price to receive a product. You have people taking more of the product for satisfaction. That's exactly what we're saying. There was no price, all right, tagged on it. People want to consume more of it. You don't have to pay a price to consume any product. You want to get in excess, all right? So that's what it means. So in this case, these are the figures we have to realize using this model, all right? Now, suppose the relationship is now expressed as P equals N bracket 180 minus 3Q. Find P. Okay? And when Q is 0 and when Q is 60 and when Q is 59. Let's go over to that one. So we go to the next item that we have there. So we're looking for what? We're looking for P now. So we find P when Q is equal to, when Q is equals to 0, 60, and 59. 0, 60, 59. All right. So what will be your price at this point? Now, what is our function? Our function is what? Is P equal to N bracket 180 minus 3Q. Okay? So, in essence, we're going to expand. In fact, it's as simple as what? It's as simple as equating your Q into the function, all right? Because we're looking for what? For P. P will become the price, okay? So when you equate, you get what? At price 0, what do? You have P is equal to what? N bracket 180 minus 3 bracket 0. Okay? So what do we have? We have 3 times 0 is what? Is 0. So what do you have? 180. So in this case, simple. P is equals to what? P is equals to what? 180 naira. When the quantity demanded was 0, that is, at this price, people will not buy anything, all right? Just like we have in the other one, at this price, people will not buy anything of this product. It's too expensive for them. All right. Then we have second one, II. This is for I. All right. This is for I. II. P is equal to what? N bracket 180 minus 3 bracket 60. So this becomes what? 180 minus 180. P is equals to what? 0 naira. Okay? So when this happened, means that at quantity 80 demanded, all right, at that point, 180 demanded, there was no price tag on it. People are willing to take so much of it because they don't have to pay any price to have it. All right? Fine. Then we have the last one, which is what? P is equals to bracket 180, all right, minus 3 bracket 59. At this point, what will be the value for price? Price will be what? 180 minus 59 times 3. Let's just say it's what? 177, all right? 177. So 177. So what we'll have is what? P is equals to what? 3. P is equals to what? 3 naira. Okay? 3 naira. So this is what this represents. So when the quantity demanded was what? Becomes, when the price becomes 3 naira, 177 was demanded for. But when there was no price attached to it, what happened? People could take as much as 180 units of the product. Right? 180 units of the product. At no price, people can take as much as what? 180 units of the product. But when the price was when the price became 3 naira, they started buying at what? 177 units. So the demand dropped. Okay? This is what it means. Okay? So please take note of that. We have handled A and B. So we handled A, B, and C. So let's check the next illustration we have. Here we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to determine the equilibrium price and quantity. So given that the demand and supply function or equations are QD 55 minus 1 over 3P and QS 10 plus 1 over 3 over 2P, where price is P and QD is what? Quantity demanded. All right, so A says equilibrium price is what? And equilibrium quantity is what? So find equilibrium price and then as much as what? Equilibrium quantity. Let's check. So B says if the price falls to 15 naira, what is the magnitude of excess demand? If the price raises to 16 naira, what is excess supply? So we'll see it here. Okay? Let's go. Illustration 2. Given QD is equals to 55 minus 1 over 3P and QS is equals to 10 plus 2 over 3P. We are going to look for what? We're going to determine equilibrium price and quantity. Find equilibrium price and quantity. All right? You know quite well that at equilibrium, price equal demand is equal to what? Is equal to supply. At equilibrium, demand is what? Equal to supply. So at this point, we need to what? We need to equate demand with supply. But first of all, we need to do what? Like I said, convert your fractions to decimals. All right. So if you do that, we're going to have for demand curve 55 minus 0.33 p, which should be equal to, for demand, for supply curve, we'll have what? 2 divided by 3 will give us 0.67. So we'll have what? We'll have equal to what? QD equal to, I will say QD is equals to 55 minus QD is equals to 55 minus 0.3333P. Okay, P. Y for supply, we'll have QS is equals to 10 plus 0.67P. Okay, 67P. 67P. Okay. Having done this, we just need to what? We need to equate demand with what? Supply. To be able to determine our equilibrium price. So in this case, at equilibrium, demand is equal to what? Supply. So we do what? We say that, okay, that's the case, we have 55 minus 0.33p is equals to 10 plus 0.67p. What is price or quantity demanded? You collect like terms, all right? Collect like terms. So in this case, we'll have, so we'll say what? You collect like terms. Okay? So what do? We'll say 55 minus, because you're bringing 10 over, minus 10 is equal to what? 0.67p plus 0.33p. Okay? So what do we have? We have 45 is equals to, because 55 minus 10 is what? Is 45. It's equal to what? We'll have, add that one up, you have 0.67 plus 0.33. What do you have? We have 1. So it will give us what? 1. So P is what? We have 1P. All right? We have 1P, meaning that what? P is what? Is equal to 45. So we have our P to what? 45 naira. Okay? 45 naira. As simple as that. So at 45 naira, how much is demanded and supply? So equilibrium quantity, or EQ, let's put it this way, is equals to what? 55 minus 0.33 P. So bracket what? 45. What do we have? 0.33 times 45. 0.33 times 45 will give us what? 14.85. So we have 55 plus 14.85. Let's just say 14.9, all right? So 14.9, all right? Will give us will give us, in fact, let's just approximate to 15, all right? So we can make this 15. So we'll have 15, all right? 15, so we'll have what? 15 plus 55 equal to what? 70, right? 70 units. Let's check supply and see if we're correct. We can now do this and say, for supply, EQD, now this is EQD, all right? Then EQS will be what? 10 plus 0.67 bracket 45. So what we'll do that, what we're going to have 0.67 times 45. We have 30 plus 32. I have a problem. Okay. 45. All right, so let's see. 0.7 times 45. Okay, then 1.2, 32 plus 10, 52. Okay, where did we get it wrong? What did I not do right? Sorry. Oh, I'm supposed to minus. I added. Sorry. So here we're supposed to do what? A minus. Okay. So we'll do a minus and not plus. Sorry, this what? Minus. So what we'll do here, we get what? We get 30. All right. So instead of 70, we'll have what? Sorry about that. We'll have 30 units. Fine. All right. We'll have 30 units. Okay. So when we do this, we'll have what? We're going to have 10 plus 31 okay. I need to go back here. So because of where we're getting, I'll need to go back to this approximation I did here. I need to take it back. So I'm doing what? I'm doing 33 times 45. 0.33 times 35. Let's correct that. We have 33 times 45. Sorry about that. 0.33 times 45 to give us 14.85. All right, so we have 14.85. Okay, 14.85. If we take that away from 55, answer 55 minus 14.85, you have 40.12. all right, please forgive me for these errors. All right, so we have 40.12 units. Sorry about that. So yes, we have that now. So if you do this here, you will have for this, we're going to have let's do for supply. Okay, so 0.67 multiplied by 45 will give us 30.15, all right? So you have 30.15, all right? So if you add this, you're going to have what? You're going to have 40.15. Approximately, we are looking at what? The same number, 40.2 or 40.1. So we see that at this point, we have an equilibrium quantity at 40.1. Okay? So you can see that the process is clean. Therefore, when we made a little error by approximation, I made a mistake, so I have to go back to correct it. So you don't approximate when you have your final answer. That's what I just want you to understand now. So if you approximate, you have a little bit difference in your answer. So leave it at what? At the values you have, all right, until you get to the final answer before you can do approximation here. So if you look at this, all right, the equilibrium quantity demanded is what? Is 40.12. After you have imputed your price that you got initially, then the equilibrium quantity supplied is what? Is 40.15, because you have been able to determine the equilibrium price. So that tells you that at that point, at price 45, quantity demanded and supply is what? Is 40.1. All right? So that's exactly what we need to take from that. All right, so let's see, what's the next question there? Next question says we should do what? We should, that if the price falls to 15 naira, what will be the magnitude of quantity demanded, the excess demand of the product? Now let's see. Our price is what? Is 45 naira. And we are reducing the price to 15 naira. The price is now what? Is 15 naira, given this same function. All right? At 15 naira, what is the excess demand? At 15 naira, what is the excess demand? What do? You do what? You impute your 15 naira into the functions, all right? Here we have QD is equals to 55 minus 0.33p, okay? Which is 55 minus 33 bracket 33 bracket 15, okay? So you have what? You have 0.33 times 15 to give you 4.95, all right? So you have 55 minus 4.95, which will be equal to what? Which will be equal to 50.05, all right? 50.05. 05. Okay, that will be your quantity demanded units, as in units, please. All right, in units. When the price falls to 15, what will be your QS? All right, let's see QS. QS at that same 15 will be what? 10 plus 0.6715 in brackets. So you multiply your 0.67 times 15. You have 10.05. All right. So you have what? 10 plus 10 point what? 10.05. It give you a total of what? 20.05. Okay. This is exactly what will happen. So at this point, what is the excess demand? It is equal to what? QD minus QS. So what do? We add 50.05 minus 20.05, which is equal to what? 30 units. All right. Excess demand becomes what? 30 units. Is that clear? That's how to determine your excess demand. All right. So if the price also rises to 60, what is the excess supply? Let's check. Same thing you do in the same process. So we use the same formula. All right. So if the price is now 60 naira, if the price is 60 naira, what is excess supply? Okay, so we'll do what? QD is equals to 55 minus 0.3360, all right? So multiply by 60, 33 times 60 gives us 19.8. 19.8, so we'll have 55 minus 19.8, all right? To give us equal to what? 55 minus 19.8 is equal to 35.2, all right? 35.2. Okay? Then what will be the excess supply? Let's check for supply. So we'll have QS is equals to 10 plus 0.67 bracket 60, all right, bracket 60. What will be your result? If you work that out, you will have 0.67 multiplied to 60, you have 40.02, 40.2. So you're going to have 10 plus 40.2, which is equal to what? 50.2. So what will be your excess supply? It will be what? It will be QS minus QD, which is equal to what? 50.2 minus 35.2. What do we have? We have excess supply will be what? 15 units. So when the price falls to 15, we have an excess demand of 40 point something. And then when the price rose to 60, we have excess supply of what? Of 15 units. That's exactly what we're looking for, right? So that's how to determine these values. Remember, we are looking at what? Equilibrium, condition, and price determination. So let's look at the last illustration here. It's just to apply your knowledge on your demand function to arrive at the demand schedule that you have there. You're supposed to copy and complete that, all right? I will just do one for you. You practice the rest at home, okay? You practice the rest at home. So let's see what we can do. The third illustration in our table has a demand function for us to do what? To determine demand schedule. So given the function QD is equals to 12 minus 2p, all right? Determine quantity demanded when price was 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So I'll do the first one, you do the rest as homework, all right, for yourself, okay? The same process will be applied and you can get your answers right away. So let's do the first one. It says, when P is equal to 6 naira, what is QD? QD is equals to 12 minus 2 bracket 6, all right? So our QD becomes what? 12 minus 12, all right? What does it mean? QD is equals to what? 0. Okay, let me do one more for you, okay? If QD, if price becomes what? If P becomes 5 naira, what is QD? Becomes what? QD is equals to 12 minus 2 brackets 5, which is equals to what? 12 minus 10, and is equals to what? 2. Sorry, 2. 2 units, all right? 0 units. So do this for all the remaining price. When you are done, copy the table and complete it. That's the assignment you have for this particular illustration 3. And as well, please look out for other questions and try to lay your hands on them and solve them. Okay, let's consider some questions in the objective aspect of our studies and see what we can take from it. All right, so our topic is price determination. So let's look at it. Say when supply increases, the equilibrium price, when market supply increases, the equilibrium price will what? This is not part of what we learned, then don't worry. This is not what we learned. Okay, yes, I think we learned this a little. Yeah, what is a major function of price mechanism is that it determines what? What does price mechanism determine? It determines what? It determines A, population of the country, no. Number of goods to be taxed, no. Amount of national savings, no. Allocation of what? Resources, very correct. So our answer is what? For the perfect market, we have allocation of resources as our answer. Then let's take another question. The fixing of maximum price by government is mainly on what? On essential goods, please. It's selected what? Essential goods. That's the answer for that question. Then we look at another one. Prices that are fixed above equilibrium price is to do what? A, to discourage agricultural producers. No, that's wrong. Favor consumers. Is that true? Let's see. Number C says lower the price of agricultural produce. This is protect agricultural producers. If a price is fixed above the equilibrium price, who does it tend to favor? The consumers. It means that nobody should sell above that price. Okay? Sorry, it favors what? It favors the producer, sorry. It favors what? A price fixed above the equilibrium price is to help the consumers, yes, of course, so that nobody can sell above it but can sell below. That's very correct, sorry. When you fix price above the equilibrium price, it means that nobody can sell above that price, all right? So it helps what? To limit how much that can be sold, and then consumers can now begin to what? To buy at even below the equilibrium price. Because those who cannot sell above the equilibrium price, who are tied there, want to sell it lower than what? The equilibrium price. So this will help producers to sell more. Okay? Then that's what it is. Then market price is normally determined by who? The market price, which is the equilibrium price, is normally determined by who? By the market forces or demand and supply, all right? So the answer is what? D. And the last option we're going to answer here, let's look at what we're going to see here. What happens when the minimum price is imposed in a market? Minimum price, when it's imposed, same thing as what we just answered, all right? Minimum price is always pegged above the equilibrium price. What will happen? It will cause what? Shortage. Because people will want to sell more, consumers will want to demand more, all right, at that point, okay?